With our heroes barely escaping the future with their lives intact, it goes without question that we will return for a third and possible final encounter against two of the most devastating forces within the future timeline, Goku, Black, and Zamasu. But the question is, how will it all end? How can our heroes combat a power perfected by Black and a rogue once set to be Kaioshin who now bears immortality? Please keep in mind that this is going to be an opinionated video based on speculation, so if your opinion differs from mine, simply drop your comments down below. They came, they saw, and they ultimately enough were defeated, both Vegeta, Trunks, and Goku all suffering the wrath of Black and Zamasu, but as they managed to escape, one can only assume as to what their next strategy will be going back into the future yet again. Now, Dragon Ball Super's episode 59 to 61 were officially leaked, and with that being said, spoiler alert, we found out that the God of Destruction Beerus has officially destroyed Zamasu during Dragon Ball Super episode 60, as they have also figured out that Zamasu, present-day Zamasu, had murdered his teacher Gowasu, and the translations have stated that Beerus has defeated and completely destroyed present-day Zamasu. But with that being said, Trunks also has a very uneasy feeling as to what happens in the future, thus allowing him to go back into the future just to check up as to what's going on, thus revealing Zamasu's Zero Mortals plan, in which case you have to ask yourself, will they go back and fight as a cohesive unit against Black Goku, who now bears the Super Saiyan Rose transformation? Will Goku and Vegeta turn towards using fusion to defeat this character? Will the God of Destruction Beerus finally have the spotlight and fight directly? Will the Omni King show up and put an end to all the chaos that's being ensued in the future? Will the Universe 6 fighters aid our warriors as they fight for a common cause? Will Zarama, the Eternal Dragon God, be used to make an important wish to end it all? It's anybody's ballgame, and practically anything can happen as of right now. Opinions come a dime a dozen, and I'm pretty sure that by now many Dragon Ball fans have created their own conclusions as to what may or may not happen, and to that, my friends, I say share your thoughts down below. But it goes without question that something's got to give here, especially by the end of this. I even posted a poll up on Twitter asking you guys as to which arc you felt was the best so far, and without question the fans have voted this specific arc. So the question is, how will it all come to an end? In my opinion, having to look at everything that's happened and everything that was said, to me, again, this is just my opinion, I feel as if it's going to boil down to one of two scenarios. Either A, Goku will somehow figure something out in order to weaken the duo of Black and Zamasu, creating an opening in order to defeat them, because I still believe that even though Zamasu was killed off in the present, the future Zamasu still might be around. Or option B, deities who rank much higher than Goku in nature will come and put an end to the disorder and chaos that dwells within the future timeline, that being Beerus or the Omni King, for reasons of maintaining order. Now, I also strongly believe that even though present Zamasu was killed off, that doesn't necessarily mean that future Zamasu had been killed off either. If you guys have recalled, androids 17 and 18 were still alive in the present as they were destroyed in the future, so I don't think the events that have happened in the present ultimately affected the future. However, I do think that something's got to give here, especially with Trunks feeling uneasy to the situation, and Zamasu's ambition of revealing the Zero Mortals plan will have something to do with eradicating all humanoids within that particular universe. Surely many of us would love to see future Trunks finally avenge his mother's death and the fall of his people by solely being the one to stop Black and Zamasu, but Trunks simply doesn't bear the power to do so. Not unless, of course, he himself achieves a power much higher than what he currently possesses, which again is unknown as to whether or not he can do so. But what about Vegeta? Surely fans of the Prince would love to see Vegeta have one more shot at redemption against Black after what he did, but would that truly come as a surprise to anyone if that were to happen? Surely it would be an amazing moment, but the believability factor is low on that one, so I don't think Vegeta is going to be the one to solely be responsible for putting down Zamasu and Black, as I still believe that Zamasu is still alive in the future timeline. It's also a good thing that Zamasu had been stopped, and a lot of us were hoping to see present Zamasu be redeemed for his actions and sort of go towards the light on this one, therefore having Zamasu from the present fight the Zamasu of the future. But of course, with that being said, episode 60 had revealed that that is no longer the case, as Beerus, the God of Destruction, had finally put an end to present Zamasu's terror, and now with both present Zamasu and Gowasu dead, one can only ask themselves, well, what is left to do in the future? And to that I say, finally come up with a strategy in order to rid Black, Goku, and Zamasu. Now, I do think, ironically enough, Goku will be the hero in this one, but I don't think that he'll do it alone. I do believe that he will be assisted in this scenario. Now, one can only make the assumption that maybe somehow Zamasu's wish of immortality may be put into question and ultimately stopped dropped. Therefore, you have to ask yourself, how do you kill off an immortal without making any sort of wish to relinquish the immortality from one's presence? I don't think it's easy. I don't think that it's easy enough for a mortal to simply show up and defeat someone who bears the power of immortality. Thus, I do believe that the end result might come down to one of my two scenarios, either Goku being involved or possibly even Beerus. Now, if you guys reckon, during the Champa arrival when Champa fought Beerus, Vados and we specifically had said that two gods of destructions cannot battle each other, for it is against the rules. Zamasu is not a god of destruction despite how badly he wants to be. Thus, I believe it's not against the rules to have someone like Beerus show up and confront future Zamasu, who wants to be the god of destruction in that time, who wants to have his own universal paradise of ridding all human life. Thus, I believe towards the end, I do believe that Beerus is going to have a huge involvement here. It's only fitting, and it's not going to be as repetitive as having Goku always be the one to be the star of the show. We had Goku fight Beerus, we had Goku fight Golden Frieza, we had Goku fight Copy Vegeta, we had Goku fight Hit, we had Goku star in the main event every single time during every single arc, and I think now more than ever, since Beerus was a background character this entire time, not doing anything but eating, I think now more than ever this gives us a giant room of opportunity for someone like Beerus to finally step in and showcase and display his power. Keep in mind that Beerus has been itching for a fight for such a long time, even stated by Whis that Beerus has been patiently waiting, trying to bide some time in order for him to finally fight, because obviously enough, he does want to meet a rival, he does want someone to push him. Obviously enough, we can't have Beerus fight the Omni King, we can't have Beerus fight Vados or Whis, we can't have Beerus fight the Grand Priest, because those are characters that are above him in power. But of course, now more than ever, I think if there was ever a time for someone like Beerus to fight, I think this would be the perfect time. At least have Beerus fight Black Goku, given the circumstance that Beerus can confront Goku and tell him, listen, you have tried twice and you have also failed twice. Now it's time for me to come and clean up your mess. And in fact, Beerus is cleaning up Goku's mess, because one, Beerus even told Goku from the get-go after they left Universe 10 was for Beerus to destroy Zamasu, but Goku was gullible enough to tell Beerus that he felt something different about Zamasu than Black, and he wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. And of course, with that being said, Beerus wanted to kill Zamasu off from the start. So maybe Beerus knew something that Goku didn't know or anyone else knew, but he wanted to put the pieces together. So that's why Beerus, now more than ever, has more than enough reason to step in and clean up Goku's ultimate mistake. And it was Goku's mistake for letting Zamasu live. It was Goku's mistake of being so gullible as to taking it easy on Black when he first showed up in the past, as to taking it easy on Zamasu. So I think now more than ever, we can also say that Fusion may not be introduced, although it would be really cool to see Fusion actually debut, or at least have Gogeta and or Vegeta return and be tested against Zamasu and Black. I don't think that's no longer the case. I don't think that Fusion will return, although this would have been the perfect opportunity to have someone like Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta or Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta go up against both Black and Zamasu, even though some people will say that even if Fusion were introduced, it'll be a little bit too OP'd. I don't think that's the case. I really would have loved to see Fusion be tested here, so I think we can all cross off the Fusion theory here, as opposed to the Omni King. I'm pretty sure it'll be really awesome to see the Omni King show up, and I think he will, but I don't want to see the Omni King fight. I don't want to see the Omni King step in and clean up the mess, because that'll be way too easy. So I would love to see the Omni King just step back and watch his friend Goku, and of course the God of Destruction that he had appointed in Universe 7, combat the likes of Zamasu and Black. So I don't think that Fusion will be introduced. I don't think that the Omni King is going to be the star of the show, and I don't personally think that we're going to destroy Zamasu and Black in sync. And what I mean by that is, I don't think by killing off Zamasu and having Black Goku die right after would be a suitable ending, because I think it's an easy way out, and I think it'll be a very, very crappy way to tell off this beautiful arc. Thus far, every single one of us have enjoyed this, and considering the fact that yes, some things were a little bit confusing, I think that every single person has been enjoying this, and you guys have to pay attention, because the dialogue that was said 10 episodes ago are actually starting to come into fruition now. So I think that every little piece of detail that has been revealed in this arc is slowly beginning to come into fruition. So again, pay attention to the dialogue, pay attention to everyone's demeanor. And speaking of demeanor, has anyone else noticed that Black's demeanor has also changed? He feels a little bit power hungry now more than ever. Obviously enough, every single time someone were to do damage to him, he increases in power. So what does that mean for our heroes as we near this great and final battle? I think what it means is that fighting someone who is just as strong and gradually getting stronger throughout the course of battle requires there to be a higher power, much higher than Goku, to step in, aka the God of Destruction Beerus to step in and finally challenge this person and putting him down for the count. Now also, there are a lot of inconsistencies within Dragon Ball Super, one of which being, if we already know that Beerus kills off Zamasu, one can only make the assumption, well, what if Zamasu had already wished for immortality? How is Beerus supposed to destroy someone who bears the power of immortality? That again is also a question that a lot of us wanted to ask, and of course, maybe gods are allowed to kill each other, but mere mortals are not allowed to do so. Maybe the gods of destruction themselves do have the ability and possess the powers to destroy one another, which was why Whis and Varus never wanted Beerus and Champa to fight, because they know without a shadow of a doubt that one could definitely kill the other, which would have resulted in a very, very negative way for both universes. But needless to say, in conclusion, I do believe that either A, Goku will be the star of the show, in which case I don't hope happens, because Goku already fought Beerus, he fought Golden Frieza, he fought Hit, he fought Copy Vegeta. Goku had already had the spotlight now for such a long time, so I do think, in conclusion, the great and final battle will boil down to the God of Destruction. Keep in mind, A, Beerus has wanted a fight for such a long time but didn't do so. B, he's been a secondary character, he's been a side character, he's been in the background the entire time, not doing anything, so now more than ever, this gives him an opportunity to put his title up for the test and combat both Zamasu and Black. And C, since the title of God of Destruction had been revoked in the future timeline, thus not having a God of Destruction in that time because of the Kaioshin dying, I do think now more than ever, Beerus ought to be the one to restore balance, because he is the God of Destruction. His title is to destroy, so what fitting role to have him in than for him to destroy Zamasu, than for Beerus to destroy Black Goku, even though I would love to see Black Goku with the powers of Super Saiyan Rose rival Beerus' power. I would also love to see someone like Beerus just ultimately enough be the star of the show. But what do you guys think here? What are your overall thoughts and opinions? Drop them down below if your opinions differ from mine. If you guys have any other theories of your own, drop them down below. I'm very curious to hear how this great and final battle will happen. Do you guys believe that after killing off President Zamasu, is it going to have any sort of effect in the future? And how powerful is Black Goku truly during episode 60? We're finally going to find out who this dude is. But even with that being said, can Black Goku rival the power of Beerus? And what do you guys believe will be the end result by the end of this arc? Comment down below, let me know, guys. Once again, thank you all for watching. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more daily content. If you guys cannot wait for Dragon Ball Super episode 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, and so on and so forth, then drop a like on this video, guys. Thank you all for watching once again. God bless you all. Put your chime rings on, and I'll be seeing you all in the future. Thank you all for watching, guys. Peace!